the shot that landed on Oleksandr Usyk, what did you make of that shot? Was it low? What do you think happened?
I think it was illegal on the belt line.
I agree.
Yeah, I think when you look at different still photos, uh, two things for me: the reaction from Usyk and the still photos. Right?
Yep.
As men, you know when you get hit low, first of all, it's a delay reaction, and that's instantly. That's where you're gonna reach for, right? He did neither one of those. He instantly reacted because the wind was knocked out of him. And then he never reached below the belt. He reached for his stomach.
I've been saying that same thing. I literally, I don't know if you, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
When there's two different reactions you get when you get hit low or when you get hit. One is in the nuts, you
Mm-hmm.
wince, you're on the floor.
Right.
The second is when you get the wind knocked out of you.
Right.
Usyk was gasping for breath.
Right.
If you saw, his fucking hand was shaking too at some point. At one point.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not the reaction you have when you get hit low.
No. And it hit him around the belly button.
Right.
Which is nowhere near the nuts.
Right. And on top of that, then he said, well, I have my trunks below my belly button, but we can see multiple photos, still shots. You can't see his belly button.
No.
Right.
At the end, I did all that. I'm sure you did that too. Yeah, It was above the belly button. But then this begs a new question, which is the referee deems what is low and what isn't, because certain fighters hold the trunks higher, certain fighters hold the trunks lower.
Right.
From what I understand, this referee did say that belt line is illegal. Is that correct?
Well, according to Usyk, he said the referee never even gave them instructions.
Oh, so it was never even determined for this fight?
That's what he said. He said the referee never gave him instructions.
Okay. I was told that the referee maybe in the locker room or somewhere had told them belt line is going to be called a foul.
Right. Yeah. Well, Usyk said in the interview that they didn't even give them instructions.
Well, so then that makes it even worse. So the shot now, he went down. He seemed pretty incapacitated, like a good body shot would do. Gasping for breath, labored breathing. Do you think he would have made it up if he had to before 10?
Nope.
Didn't look like it.
Nope. And you know why? Because when he instantly got hit, he went to his knees. Now, if the referee does his job in a timely manner, he instantly got hit, he turned, he went to his knees, right? He's not even looking at the ref counting. He can't even hear the ref counting. Right? At that point in time. Then he turned on his back and dragged himself to the ropes. Now, you take this amount of time, and by the time he realizes that the ref is counting him out to get up, and then like you said, his hands started shaking.
Yup.
Right? And then if you look at this, I did this last night, right? You go back and look. When the referee says, "Are you okay?" Watch what he says. "I can't catch my breath."
Is that what he says?
That's what he said.
So that's on video.
Right.
Okay. So how in the world is that a low blow?
Right. Exactly.
The low blow has been put into place in boxing to protect against shots to the groin.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. And you know what he said? This is another thing that lets me know he was hit in the stomach and the wind was knocked out of him. He says it instantly started burning. Burning is not the sensation you get when you get hit low. Huh. And on the same night, we watched F.A. Jabba intentionally get hit low. Intentionally. He was winding up and hitting F.A. Jabba. His reaction was not like that.
Yes. Shortness of breath is low blow, is a body shot. Pain.
Right.
Is a nut shot.
Right. Because you get the wind knocked out of you. I gave this example yesterday in playing football. I played football and a dude fumbled, turned around. I played linebacker. I turned around, saw the ball. You know, your instant reaction is jump on the ball. I jumped on the ball and it landed on my stomach instead of in my shoulder pad area. And instantly I said, because the wind is knocked out of me.
Right.
And I turned over. Now you're no longer paying attention to anything going on because you're just trying to concentrate on getting the wind back in your body.
Right. Right.
That's the react. When you get hit low, I mean, as men, you go to get on a bike sometimes, whether it's an exercise bike or a regular pedal bike, and sometimes you get on it wrong or get off wrong, and you like, oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's your reaction, not gasping for air. That's never
Right.
your reaction.
Exactly. And I've seen a lot of comments responding saying, well, if so like I boxed for a long time, so I've been hit in the body and I've been hit low, so I know what it feels like. People are saying, I heard some people saying that, well, when you get hit low, it goes into the cup and the cup digs into you, and that's not true.
That's not true.
I mean, that's not even close to being true.
Right.
Yeah. So he goes down, and we're not sure if he could. So this is how I look at it. I think should definitely been ruled a knockdown, and probably a knockout. It probably would have been. We have no way of knowing that for sure.
Right.
But
and another thing he said, right, Mark? He said if the referee started counting, we would have just got up and tried to find a way through it and weather the storm because we knew Dubois was Daniel would have jumped on us. And we'd have just that's what he said. We'd have just tried to find a way through it. For a low blow?
Nah. If you saw, he tried to get up about 20, 30 seconds in. You saw that he put it right back down.
And he couldn't stand up. That's not the reaction. And that's my thing. For any man, we've all been there.
Yeah.
That is just not the reaction. That's not and you don't describe that pain as a burning sensation.
No, and it never affects your breathing like that. Ever.
Exactly. Never.
Yeah.
He said, he tells the reporter, Usyk, well, if I hit you like that and you feel that burning pain that I was feeling burning, I would never want nobody to feel that. Then he said he was hit on his bladder. Huh?
Bladder?
Yeah, he said it wasn't his testicle, it was his bladder. What are we talking about here?
I mean, that doesn't cause. I've been hit in that area, and then nothing hurts except you get in the nuts.
Right.
Now let's not. I don't want to be completely biased because Usyk was washing him out the whole fight. Right. And that's why I'm not that upset because I feel like it was just so much more of a superior fighter. I'm a little disappointed in Dubois. I've seen him. This is the second time I've seen him display, for lack of a better word, I don't know, not much of a dog in him. Quitting. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. It looked like he quit.
Yeah.
Right.
He packed it in, man.
It did. And I don't know why. Why do you think?
I feel like because two things. Like you said, he was getting washed. He finally landed the punch. He actually landed 3 good punches, right? That punch on the belt line. A punch after that, he stood Usyk up with a right hand. And another punch, another right hand, he landed right before the bell rung that hurt Usyk. Okay. Right? But I think he was deflated after he landed the one punch he was looking for. It landed. It did what it needed to do. Like we both feel like I don't think he would have recovered. So we both feel like that, it did what it needed to do, and he was deflated. It gave me. You remember when Deontay and Tyson Fury fought the first time?
Yeah.
And remember when he knocked Tyson Fury out in the 12th round?
Right.
And then Fury got up. Remember Wilder was celebrating to the crowd?
Yeah.
Right? And then when he turned around, almost like a Rocky moment, where Apollo was just like...
He was like, oh, shit.
Like, really? You know what I'm saying? And Fury won that rest of that round. That 12th round. Yeah. Right? I mean, we all focus on the fact that should the referee have waved it off, so on and so forth. That's what we harp on, right? But if you look at the second half of that round, Fury was started to win the second half of that round, and I think it was because Wilder just checked out at that point.
Right.
It was like he felt like it was over, and then it was like, really, I got to fight again.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think, like you just said, Dubois was losing the whole fight. He started to get hit clean going into that 5th round, cleaner and cleaner and cleaner.
Uh-huh.
He landed that punch. The ref said it was a low blow, and it was like deflating. And then when he landed those 2 right hands, and Usyk didn't waver, he ran out of time. One, the round ended, and the other one he couldn't capitalize on.
Right.
And we already knew, no disrespect to Dubois, but we seen this movie before where he essentially just packs it in.
Yeah.
And I think that at that point in time, he was like, you know what? It ain't going to happen. I think Usyk started to turn it up another notch. And he started to be deflated. And the first couple of punches that he landed that was hard and clean. Because when you even look at those knockdowns, I'm like, really?
Yeah. Especially the last one.
Yeah. It's like, really, bro? Like,
Yeah.
he didn't want to get up from the first one.
Yeah.
If you look in the 8th round when he got up at 9.
Yes.
He just barely made it.
Barely. No, that's a good point. And the second one, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, to me, this further solidified the fact that if Tyson Fury fights Usyk, it's not going to go well for Usyk. I don't think. What do you think?
No, not at all.
Right?
I saw some stuff in him from this fight, Mark, and instantly, and we know the triangle theory don't work, right?
The what theory?
The triangle theory, it doesn't work.
What's the triangle theory?
Where this fighter A fights fighter B means that he's gonna beat fighter C, right?
Gotcha.
So that triangle theory doesn't work.
No, it does
right?
not.
Right. We've seen this movie before where Shane Mosley beats Mayorga. Mayorga beats Vernon Forrest, and Vernon Forrest beats Shane Mosley, but then Shane Mosley knocks out Mayorga. It just don't work.
Nope.
Right? And we saw Sandor Martin arguably look like he beat Teo, and then I'm like, well, Josh Taylor is a better version, southpaw, bigger than Sandor Martin, and then Teo goes in there and whitewashed Josh Taylor.
To me, the best example of that to me is Frazier, Foreman, Ali.
Right. Exactly.
Perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Right. You're right.
It just the triangle theory don't work. But I just saw some things in Usyk. I'm like, man, if I'm a young fighter, Fury or Wilder, or one of these young fighters, he's susceptible to the body. He Sean Porter did it in the amateurs. Artur Beterbiev did it in the amateurs. Dropped him into the body.
That's crazy. Sean Porter fought Usyk in the amateurs. But go ahead.
Beat him. That's right? Crazy. And hurt him to the body.
Right.
Artur Beterbiev, we know he's a big puncher, so I think it kind of gets dismissed, right? Because he's a big puncher, 100% knockout ratio. He dropped Usyk to the body.
Right.
Then, slipping my mind, the guy he fought at cruiserweight had dropped him to the body, hurt him to the body.
Okay.
Now Joshua, if this is the same referee too, in the second fight, Joshua hurt him to the body.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Now we saw him hurt again. His reaction when you go to the body, and remember in the Joshua fight and in the this fight with Dubois, right? He complained every time they went to the body.
I was going to say that, but he not only did complain, but he did kind of cardinal boxing sin, dropping his hands, turning to the ref.
He completely he does not like it to the body. And if I'm a young fighter or a fighter that has fast hands combinations like Andy Ruiz, if I'm Jared Anderson right now, the way he went to the body, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But if you have the talent to be able to get to his body, man, you could hit the lotto.
Yeah. No, it's a wrap. And Fury's just a rough fighter, and that's not going to go well.
Yeah, not at all. And I don't know if you noticed it, but I feel like I saw slippage in him. He didn't look that fast.
Yeah, now that you say it, and he wasn't moving his head as much.
Yeah. He wasn't that active, like I'm like, man, even though he was having so much success against Daniel Dubois, I felt like it could have been more. And I felt like how we was just saying, it got to a point where he turned it up and Dubois was like, he packed it in.
He was
But
done.
he was coasting, and maybe it was that he didn't feel like Dubois was the threat he was.
Right.
But I just feel if Dubois, he's not very fast like Joe Joyce. And if he can hit you with punches to the body that you don't, that wasn't the first good punch he hit Usyk with to the body. He hit him with about 3 right hooks to the body.
Right.
It just he kind of caught it with his elbow at the same time.
Uh-huh.
It didn't land clean. But
Yep.
if Dubois can dig to your body, a big guy like that, and you don't see it, imagine what Ruiz, Jared Anderson, Wilder, and Fury can do.
Forget about it.
Yeah.